Welcome back to the Lunch Table Food for Thought. I'm Nico. Blitz. Subscribe, like, comment, rate, do all of that because, that's the only way we can elevate in life. People like the numbers, but, I like the numbers too. I just like to see the support from everybody. So my next guest, man, I've actually known about him since 2017. Shout out to Greg Miller. He put me on with Pearl. Very groovy, very funkadelic, very selection-y. It got me in my feels. And then just recently, I seen this man up again on Colors. So you might know him. A lot of the ladies might know him as David. But to everybody else, we know him as Dave B. Davey was popping, man.
What's going on, man? Thank you for having me.
Yo, man, I was rehearsing that entire thing. I was like, damn, how am I supposed to make this intro just a little bit different?
You hit the note, too. You got there.
I hope I did, man. I'm not the best singer in the world. Yo, so you were actually out last night, right?
Yeah. Well, kind of. We went to the homie. He had a comedy show at Milk Tavern.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was like a bunch of dope comics, and we were just outside drinking Hennessy.
Hennessy.
Yeah, we didn't want to. You could either go to the bar and get a drink, or we could just bring our own. So we just
got to do what it do. So you have a hangover.
A little bit.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, so to kind of clear out that hangover, man, we were going to take a shot of we have vodka? Tequila. All right. Tequila at 2 o'clock, man. Cheers to everybody in here.
Oh, man.
Yee.
Oh, God. Finna die.
That should loosen everything up.
Okay.
You good?
Yeah.
All right, Dave B, man. Woo. All right, let's start from the beginning, bro.
Word.
From birth.
Okay. It was a spring night in March.
When were you born, man?
March 25th. My birthday's about to be in like 3
That's
months.
right. I saw that. I'm March 14th.
Dope.
But you're not a Pisces, huh?
I'm an Aries.
You're an Aries.
Apparently I'm on the cusp, whatever that means. I don't know.
You're just like right.
Yeah, I'm
right.
like
You're
right
rimming
in the
it.
middle, so I guess I'm fucked up.
That's cool.
This shit is going down hard right now, oh boy. It's just lingering in my fucking chest. Okay.
So March 25th.
Yeah.
So what was it like? And you're from Seattle?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
so what was it like for you growing up in Seattle?
It's dope. It's a moody place to be in. Thank you. I mean, if we can get some more tequila too, I'm down.
Shit,
Just keep
I'm
it going.
kind of down too.
Yeah, it's like a moody place. Like,
Yeah.
What you see is a lot of gray and shit, but summertime is really beautiful. But I feel like I was shaped by a lot of that. I'm kind of emotional. Songs are kind of.
You know what? See, now it's kind of making sense
Yeah.
because I think it was just last week I learned that Seattle actually has the most rain in the United States or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like you see it every day, but when it rains, it rains.
It's bad.
Yeah, so it really come down on you. And nobody believes in umbrellas for some reason. So we just be out there.
Just winging it
Yeah,
with jackets. I can't do that, man. I'm either in my car, I just decide not to go out at that point. I ain't fucking with
It
the
was
rain.
raining here last week, and I swear to God, like when I first got here, it was raining. I think on like Thursday or something, and it was like nobody on the street. It was like, y'all scared of rain or something.
Fuck that, dude. Okay, so what's funny is that me and my boy just got a residency at a bar, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then 2 weeks ago, there was just a gang of Australians who came in, and maybe like 30 people who rolled up. That shit was popping. I was just a guest DJ, so I was like, fuck it, I don't need to get paid today. Just yesterday, another load of like gang of people came in. I was like, I'm not gonna DJ, but there was hella people. But last week, when it was raining, when it was like my night, literally just like 3 people at the bar, and I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Bro, guess how much money we made at the end of the night each? $3.
Fuck. That's tough. That's tough.
That's why I'm like, bro, I ain't even
man.
fucking with the rain.
Do it for the love, though. Fuck
You
it.
always do it for the love,
Yeah.
man. So, like, you really, even when it comes to, like, the rain, or even, like, take away the rain for that point in time. Sorry, the tequila's hitting right now.
Yeah, man, it's good.
But, like, what was your group of friends looking like at that point when you were younger?
A bunch of clowns. Just, like, running through the hallway, rapping and shit. I met, like, a lot of my friends when College Dropout came out. I think I think I was in, like, 7th grade, and I think we were all, like, new to that school, so that's how we kind of fucking meshed together, drug dealing just to get high. bye. Fuck the tequila, dog. Yeah, like or singing that shit in the hallway, getting kicked out of class and shit.
Were you actually drug dealing though?
No, fuck. My mom would kick my ass. But that's the shit that we were talking about. I mean, we were like hella fucking impressionable with music and shit like that. So that's kind of.
So you said like 7th grade is when you really solidified your friends. What was happening like prior to that? Were you like moving around through schools?
No, I went to a private school.
Hey, me too,
like this private Christian school, and so I like made the transition from there to not wearing uniforms every day, and I was feeling my shit, boy.
You willingly made the transition, or?
We moved.
Okay.
Yeah, so we moved, and then I fucking went to this public school, lost my mind. These girls can wear whatever they want.
You too. Yeah, because going from I was wearing uniforms up until like 12th grade, dog.
Oh my God.
And then once college hit, like, and I went to an all boys private school in high school.
Shit.
So once college hit, I was just like, I was so struck. I'm like, bruh, there's a female sitting right next to me. She wearing booty shorts. I'm like, bruh, like, you know when you go under the desk and shit.
Damn.
But yeah, so 7th grade. It's when you made the transition, and you were singing to Kanye West. What was it about like Kanye that was really like grabbing your attention?
I think because my sister used to listen to the Hot Boys a lot, and so that was like that was what rap was for me. And then Kanye kind of was the whole opposite of that. It was like a polo instead of a jersey.
Yeah,
it was like Louis Vuitton instead of like Anichi or whatever the fuck niggas was wearing. Like Jaboji. Yeah, like, damn, I'm old.
They don't even know what Jabodes are anymore, bruh.
But yeah, it was totally opposite of that. And
Yeah.
I felt like, yeah, I relate to this. Niggas talking about dropping out of school. I hate school. It worked.
So wait, did you end up dropping out of school? Or
Out of college, yeah.
Oh.
I went for like a year, and then I signed up for classes the next year, and I never went. And my mom found out because she just had these bills and shit. Like I didn't go pick up no books. I would like literally get up, get dressed, go, and then just go to like my girl's house or like go to a restaurant.
That's hella funny.
Like all day.
So then why'd you even sign up for college? Was it more so because your mom was pushing you?
It seemed like a good idea. Your parents want you to do and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you even have a major at that time, or?
I went to this school in Chicago at first, and I was trying to do like radio and shit, and I was doing like musical theater and shit like that. And then I came back because it was like this art school, and none of those credits were transferring. So it was like, damn, now I gotta sit in like geometry and like whatever the fuck, like actually try to learn something, and that was just not for me.
Yeah. I feel like the school system's just a little bit weird that way, where they kind of put you through everything because they're assuming you just don't know what you want to do.
Right.
It kind of sounds like you kind of wanted to be in the entertainment music realm, even in college.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was already making shitty ass mixtapes from like through high school and shit. So I was like, I want to be in music, and you know what sounds like a good idea? If I go to this school and do radio, I could put my own songs on. Like so stupid, bro.
I mean, honestly, it's a good way of thinking. I think people just think, oh, you just like put it out on SoundCloud, then hopefully somebody finds it.
Yeah, no.
But you at least had some sort of like plan
I had a
to
vision
go about it.
I had a vision.
But yeah, the radio stuff just didn't work for you then, or like none of that really worked.
No, it was like expensive, and I got homesick. And yeah, it was a lot of shit.
So then, moving back from Chicago from Chicago to Seattle, what did you end up doing like after that first year where you just like cut off college?
I started working at the Apple Store and still making music. Then I got fired from the Apple Store.
For what?
Because I was using music as an excuse to like, oh, I gotta go rehearse and shit. So I would come into work for like an hour and be like, oh, I gotta go.
Yeah.
And then literally like the day I got fired, I was like at the crib with the homies, and I was like, man, they love me, nigga. I'm never getting fired. I was like, it's cool, bro. I'm just gonna go there, work for a couple hours, tell them I gotta go. So you guys just stay here.
Yeah.
I got in there, worked for like 20 minutes. She was like, David, can you come in the back, please? Let my ass go. And they take your shirt when you get fired. So I had to walk out, and they walk you out with like two managers. So I got on my fucking wife beater. And all the niggas in the store just looking like, damn, bro. Bye,
Motherfuckers just be like, This motherfucker got fired right
It's
now.
embarrassing as fuck.
So then after the Apple store, after your job at Apple, what did you end up doing afterwards?
I was just like, I'm just going to make music every day. So I just started making music every day and tried to get jobs. I worked at UPS for like a day.
UPS?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Worked at FedEx for like 2 days. I worked at the airport, putting people's bags in planes for like a week. But all through all that, I was just making music. It's like I want to get better at making music, so I just did that.
So then how long were you doing like the UPS, FedEx, and all that?
That was probably like for a span of like a year or two. When it was just like, let me just, so moms think I'm getting a job. Yeah. Let me go do shit like that.
Yeah. So then did your mom ever like approve of you doing music?
Oh yeah, she's like my biggest supporter. Like
there we go.
Like, yeah,
shout out moms.
Yeah, she would like float me money and shit, and then she always be like, "But you need to start making money doing this. If you're really gonna do it, you need to really like do it." So yeah, I mean, and I'm doing it.
That's what's up. What about your dad?
Yeah, my dad, he was a musician, so he used to play bass and shit.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and yeah, like same page. They pull up at all my shows and buy my merch when I can't buy it myself.
Wait, for real?
Like the orders. Like
oh, gotcha. That's cool. So wait, is your family a little bit more like, I guess, comfortable than most? Well, yeah.
What do you mean?
Like monetarily comfortable?
Because they're not poor people. They're not like ridiculously rich. They're like a nice middle class. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you. So then, like, even you being in music, because a lot of the hip hop comes from a little bit more of like the poorer areas and whatnot. Did you ever feel like you needed to fit into a certain degree? Because
I always want to be honest. Like, I'm not going to pretend to be something I'm not. Like, a lot of stories I tell are just about, like, my real life. Like, okay, I don't have money right now. Okay, I did this with this girl. Okay, I feel, like, this way about you. Mm-hmm. Like, it just comes from, like, this is my story. And there's people, like, I know so many kids who come from or who can relate to what I've gone through or, like, what my situation is. So, like, this is for y'all. This is for me. Like, who can relate on whatever level. So that's my story.
So for you, it's really just telling everything that you've been through, just your side, despite, I guess in a sense, like, despite it not being, your story particularly being from a true, like, hip-hop background, if that really makes sense.
I think, like, it's just how people see it. It's all music.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, like, I mean, it's, like I said, it's just, like, this is where I come from. And I found a group of people that can fuck with it. Yeah.
That's what's up. How far does your fan base reach then?
If you let Spotify tell the story, it's all over the world. It's like 65 countries. Nah,
1 million listeners, was it? Or 1 million players?
I think at the end of last year it was like 7 million.
That's ill.
Yeah, that was fucking crazy to see. Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of people clicking on it.
Yeah,
which is dope.
So where do you even get like that groove, like that funk from?
I think just like my dad, and like we grew up, like I grew up in church, like a lot of gospel music, listened to a lot of gospel records, and like that kind of music was just like injected into me, like from a young age. So it just never leaves you.
Were you like a choir boy or anything at that time?
I sang in some choirs. Yeah, I sang in some choirs. I did like praise dancing, everything, man. I do it all.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
I think, see, now it's kind of like really tying in the reason why you like Kanye West, because I think he really likes to implement like the gospel sounds in his music. And so you liking Kanye West, you being a choir boy, and you translating it into your music, it all just kind of, it's packaged well together.
Definitely.
The tequila's hitting you or what?
A little bit. I'm thinking about another shot right now.
You want another shot? Let's do it. I think I've only taken like maybe 1 or 2 shots in total on like all these podcasts.
Oh, well.
In total.
Here we go. Here's 4.
Here's 4. See, when I end up doing the hits, that's when I'm kind of just like, yeah, I can't even think right now, dude. So I know not to smoke during a podcast anymore.
Thank you. Okay. We're on shot.
Numero dos.
Uh,
Oh, we gotta wait.
Damn. They wasn't going to wait for us at first.
No, that's what I'm saying. He's like, bruh.
It's okay. I don't think the mic can hear you from here. I was going to wait. You was going to do it all by yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Romero Francois over there. He's an incredibly dope rapper from Seattle. Shameless plug.
So after the UPS and all that is when you started to take music a lot more seriously. Mm-hmm. What was like the first step that you had to do? Aside from like, let me just make the fucking music.
I think Seattle's so tight knit that it was like easy for me to like link up with people from the city that I thought were like on a level. So I just like would surround myself with those kind of people. Mm-hmm. And just like I used to go to this studio, Purple Door, like every day. And Jake One would be in there and shit. And I just would like be around that every day and just make music. I got a beat from him and I made this song Leaves and I put that up and it went crazy. And that kind of like kicked it off. Yeah, so that kind of, it's a lot of hard work and then sometimes you need some luck thrown in there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That kind of makes shit happen.
So Leaves, what made you want to create Leaves?
I was my homie. He lived like around the corner from me, kinda, and I was just going to his house just to get away from my house to record and shit. Mm-hmm. And I was walking to his house kicking leaves.
Literally,
listening to
just kicking leaves.
Yeah, and then I just started humming it. And
that's ill.
Yeah.
So you really just take from like.
Yeah, it's real life shit. Yeah, like everyday regular.
We're kicking leaves out here,
right,
bro.
This is what's going on.
So then, prior to you even getting on stage with Macklemore, were you like performing out in like random places in Seattle?
Yeah, but like venues. Like I'd thrown a bunch of my own shows and like been on a bunch of bills with artists and shit. So I was already becoming.
You were making a name for yourself.
Yeah, definitely in the city.
What was probably your most memorable performance like throughout that stretch?
I think a big performance for me when I was a little nigga was I did there was this group BFA. I guess they're still a group. I opened for them at Numos.
Yeah. And
it was like a sold out show and I didn't even think I put out my project yet, but I had all these songs and it was just going fucking crazy. Like it's Seattle's so small, so it's like everyone that you'll perform in front of, that you need to be performing in front of, is right there. Like everyone who's gonna write about you or like that you want to see you. So I fucking killed that night. Tight. Yeah, it was dope. It was sick.
I think especially since Seattle's so small, my next question to you would be like, did it ever get like boring knowing that you might be performing in front of the same people over and over again?
I like got to a point where it's like, okay, I've performed at all of these venues now.
Yeah.
And I don't want to hit this like glass ceiling like a lot of people do from there, where it's like, well, now what, nigga? What are you gonna do? You're gonna go back and like do that same venue again?
Over and over,
no, like you can't. So and then the Macklemore thing, another stroke of luck. Boom. Now I don't have to be trapped here anymore. I get to like go around the world and see all this shit and get a new perspective, come back and write something that's gonna like take me to this next level.
So then it was after performing everywhere across Seattle, all those venues, then the Macklemore thing happened, right?
Yeah, I did. I literally did like the Neptune in Seattle. It's like, I think it's like 1,000 people or like 1,100 or something like that. I did that, and then I got on the plane with him to Australia like 2 days later or something.
But how'd you even like link up with Macklemore?
I knew him through my mentor Jay Moore. That's how I met him, and goddamn, I'm trying to think of where that started at. I remember he DM'd me like a few years ago, and he was like he was doing a free show at this venue. and he wanted me to come do a verse, and I was like, nigga, I don't be freestyling like that. But I went,
Yeah.
and I did like a fucking
Pull
verse
up.
from some song. Yeah, I did that, and then I talked to him like a few years after that to do the corner store record that we did. And he was like, yeah, come to the crib. I was like, bet. Pulled up and did that, and then a few months later it dropped, and then they brought me on tour.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Life changing, huh?
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Was there any? How long was the tour again?
In Australia it was like 2 weeks, and then in Europe it was like 26 dates or something like that.
Yeah.
It was long as fuck.
So then at that time, were the people you were performing in front of, did they know your songs?
They'd be like, you get the little slide DM of people that are excited to see you.
Yeah.
But we were talking like 12,000 people in a venue. Maybe like 8 of those motherfuckers know who I am. I'd be lucky as a stretch
bro.
saying 8.
Eight's better than 0.
But you leave with like 100 more followers. So it's cool, like doing that. And going out and being able to like plant my feet in I would never be in Dublin. I would never be like in Glasgow. I would never be in any of these places. Like, so being out there and getting to like plant that seed was dope as fuck.
What was your favorite like city to go to in terms of the tour? Like, you know, like let's say music and the tour aside, like you just like chilling in a city, whether it be like Dublin.
It sounds so corny, but Paris is so popping.
Really?
It's so dope, bro. Like when got like these things called Desperados, which I guess would be like a Four Loko. But like, go get one of those. And I'm just walking, mobbing around, just drinking and shit. Smoking their bammer ass weed.
Wait, you can smoke and drink in public in Paris?
I don't know if you're supposed to.
But that's what you did.
Yeah, that's what I did. I had a night where I kind of like got lost, and I was just running around being reckless, like just by this little river, just drinking.
That's were you by yourself?
Yeah, because I needed some space. But yeah,
space from what?
Just from like, I guess myself. I don't know. Doing so many shows like back to back and shit, and I was like, I just need a moment.
Yeah.
So I went and got fucked up.
Because at what point was like the city of Paris like on the tour? Was that like midway?
I think that was like maybe the second or third week.
Oh shit. So then at that point you're probably feeling like some sort of like social anxiety just being around people all the fucking time.
You get into a place like, it's like, okay, London, boom, that's cool. And then we did Manchester, boom, that's cool. And then after that, you get into this part of the tour where like nobody speaks English. So it's like every day you wake up on this bus in a new place and you got to learn how to say hi and thank you, or just learn how to communicate with people that don't know what the fuck you're saying, which is different and beautiful.
Huh. As much as it seemed like it was fun for you, was it also like a struggle being in those places?
Not really. The only struggle for me was in between your songs when you trying to say shit, because I try to be making jokes and try to talk shit.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah,
and
yeah,
niggas just looking at you like, like, have no idea. And it's like hella awkward, so I'm just trying to like looking back at the DJ like, that was funny. Like, play the fucking record. Yeah, I get.
Yeah, I can imagine, because they're probably just looking dumbfounded like, first of all, I don't know you.
Right.
Second of all, I don't know what the fuck you're saying. Third of all, where the fuck is Macklemore
right
now?
And I'm going on right before him every night doing my set, which is, it's like tough, but it's like it makes you a better performer. Because then it's like, they're not here to see me, but then why should they be interested? Like, why should they give me the time of day? Why wouldn't they just go back to the bar and get another drink and wait for this nigga to come out? So I just like, every night you learn something new about yourself, and you learn about the place that you're in.
What were you learning about yourself during that process?
That I am a fucking dope-ass performer.
Okay. Oh, shit. Damn.
No, I'm humble. So like, I learned a lot about humbling myself, actually, because from being in Seattle, where it's like, yeah, shit. And then you go on tour with this man. We walked down the street. We was in Australia in a Starbucks. And niggas is all over the top of the thing trying to take a picture of this man, and it's just like, it's
they're over
crazy
here like,
seeing that.
They're over here like, here.
Right,
Take
for
a
real.
photo,
Can you
take a
picture of us and shit? Like, yo, it was yeah, it definitely humbled the shit out of my ass.
Yeah.
And at a perfect time where I was thinking, like, I'm about to go crazy on these niggas right here. But then seeing, like, this larger than life, like, this tour was, like, niggas lining up at the bus after the show, trying to take a picture and do all this shit. Like, it's wild.
And then you just I bet you kind of just realize at that point, like, how big the world actually is compared to just Seattle.
Yeah, it's different when you actually get to be in a place. Like, a lot of my homies have never been outside of Seattle. Damn sure haven't been outside the United States. Yeah. And so being able to go see that and get, like, a whole new perspective on, we are really trapping ourselves in this place. Like, we need to go and see something and experience something.
In any way, do you feel like you have to lead the way for a bunch of your homies who, like, are just stuck in Seattle?
I think they're all their own person, and so in there, and like everybody's doing their thing. I'm like proud of all my homies and shit. But for what I do, I feel like it could be, and I hope it is inspiring that I could that I'm able to do this. Like, cause how proud can you be of the aspiring musician homie that only does shows in Seattle? Like,
that's true.
I wouldn't be like, oh, check out my homie. Oh, really? Where can I catch him? Well, nigga, not in L.A. because he's only performing in Seattle. You know.
I totally get you on that, because even me being from the Bay Area, the problem is that a lot of them just have this independent mindset. We're just like, we're just gonna be Bay pop,
right? Like. But no, don't you want more?
Yeah.
I want to be the best.
There's always more.
Go everywhere, yeah.
Yeah. So even on tour with Macklemore, was there any like conversations in which you were really just like dumbfounded, like, oh, that really makes sense, but I never really thought of it that way?
Probably not some shit that I want. Well,
just I think, out, bro.
I think a lot of
another shot of tequila.
Yeah, I feel like this is. Yeah, I think just being around, just being around him, man, and like seeing how he moves, and just like this motherfucker's from Seattle, just like me, and this is what he's built independently. Like, it's fucking crazy, and just like the level of professionalism of that whole team, like. I was like, went back home, like, nigga, this shit we're doing is amateur hour, bro. Like, the way these guys got it going on, like. Everything to the T is like planned out. Everything is done already. All you got to do is show up, and he performs. It literally gives 200% every fucking night, like, no matter what. And he hurt like his knee like after like the first or second show, and he still went out there every night, jumping around, performing his ass off. Like, just being able to see that, and then being able to like actually be that close and ask him a question. Jesus. It's dope.
I mean, what would you ask him, though?
Just like little stupid shit. Like, hey, man, I never performed with in-ears before. Like, how can you balance between hearing the audience and yourself? He'd be like, I take one ear off. Dope. So that's like the point.
Pro tips for performers across the fucking world.
It's like, yeah, cool.
So then after you being on tour with Macklemore, what did you decide to do afterwards?
So I wrote all these songs. It's like a lot of them not even to beats, just like wrote a lot of shit. So I came back home, and me and my homie Darius, that I like make a lot of my music with, we just like sat down and made all these fucking songs that like turned into a project. So and it's like the best music I've ever made, and that we've ever made together, because me being away, he just really got on his craft too. And so we just made like this beautiful fucking project.
Is it one of the projects out on Spotify right now?
That Pretty song is from those sessions. Yeah, you got that right there. Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, that song is from those sessions. And yeah, it was really more so about making better music when I came back. It's like, I want to fucking sit down and create something incredible for me.
I mean, what are the differences that you see between your music, like pre-Macklemore tour versus now?
I've been places. Like, I just see the world and situations differently.
How so?
Like, before you get in an argument with your girl, or I would, And it was just like me in my little head and my little world, and this is what I think is right, and that's it. And just being away and being able to miss somebody and then being able to like see so much, it's like, goddamn, I really have no stake in this argument right now. Like, it just kind of, so I think I grew up a lot. It matured me for sure. And the music definitely sounds like it's not as childish.
Not as childish.
It's just like more so me talking shit before. I was still talking shit. What am I saying?
Well, I feel like still, like your music, you be like getting in your feels a lot.
Yeah. That's just me,
fine.
man. That's just me. There must be something about the Pisces Aries cusp that you get in your feelings.
Well, actually, like Pisces, they're the type of people like myself. I'm very emotional.
Okay.
So it's something that I really have to control. But because, you know, we're also men too, like we're a little bit more like linear in the way of we think. Like it just needs to be fucking logical. So then you put like logic with a very emotional person, then it's kind of like even balance. We're like one of the few signs that have like two. I got two fish, so it's like yin and yang. Oh. Yeah.
I think I got two fish in me somewhere. But I think also that I get so emotional that I'll just shut off. Instead of like, if somebody's really like coming at me or we really beefing right now, I literally will just let you go. I'll sit there and stare at you. Like I really don't.
So then have you had to do that with any people?
All the time. These niggas was arguing the other night. trying to bring me into it, yelling at the top of their lungs.
Nope.
I'm like, nah, man, y'all got me fucked up. I sit here, I really like don't do confrontation.
Yeah.
It's just a waste.
But I think also as somebody who is emotional too, did you ever have a hard time in which I'm sure there was like one point in which like you felt like you couldn't let go of like a particular person.
Oh yeah. Dude. To be young.
To be young.
No, yeah, man. I've had my fair share of toxic situationships where just like you really think you're in love and you don't really know what love is, nigga. Yeah. This girl stole my computer one day because I went to go do a photo shoot with the homie, and I left her in my house. And then she had like some fudge, nigga. She wrote, "Fuck you" on the wall, bro. And I was in my mom's house, living in my mom's basement, dog. My mom called me and she was like, "You need to get home. This girl got me fucked up." I came back and seen that shit. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, she did that, nigga. I had to drive all around Seattle trying to figure out where my fucking computer was at.
I feel you.
Yeah, I've had my fair share, man, of fucked up.
So then what's really made you want to just put your foot down and just be like, you know what, like I'm finally understanding like what's best for me and I need to cut off all these toxic situations?
I think you live and you learn. That was so corny. Facts though. Yeah, like, was that really good for me? Or did it just feel good? Or like, you know, so I'm just trying to make better decisions for me. I want to be the best version of David ever. So, and here I am drinking tequila with you at 2 o'clock. At 2
o'clock.
But still, that's still good.
My bros.
I don't know what you're saying right now. I'm just glad my socks matched today because they made us take our shoes off in here today.
Don't worry about it. The shoes. Shoes are cool. What's up? What we got going on?
I haven't paid for my studio time yesterday yet.
Ah, all right.
So, yeah, they're trying to get me to PayPal them, but I only have Cash App. But I also didn't text him back this morning. Ah. So that's not being the best version of me.
Hey, man.
Possible.
At this point in time, you were trying to be the best version of you.
I was definitely. I'm gonna get it. Yeah, you know, after I leave here, I'm gonna Cash App and find that out. You know, I'll get my shit together.
So, you know, being the absolute best version of you, that's a really hard feat to actually come by.
Yeah, I'll probably fail, but then I'll just keep on trying.
Yeah, for sure.
You know.
For sure. Do you think you're really at that point in which like you are the best version of you? Or do you feel like there's parts of you in which you feel like you can improve still?
Oh, I have so much room for improvement. But I am smarter than I was yesterday. And I'm cuter too. So, I mean, it's like...
Pretty.
Exactly.
What are those things you feel like you can improve on?
Communication is a big thing. I think because I like will just shut off, or like I'm very like out of sight, out of mind. So if you're not here, I don't really care, which is fucked up.
Yeah.
Like and that hurts a lot of people's feelings around me and shit. Especially like, I mean, my mom called me today and was like, "Did you forget my number?" Like
Oh,
no,
shit,
like no, but
Damn.
like I don't know what's wrong with me, dude. I need
Yeah.
to figure that shit out because I literally like communication. I just won't tell you, or I just didn't think to, and I just assume that people know that I'm not coming, or that I'm like just doing my own thing, or they just assume that I'm okay. And a lot of it is like people checking up on you. I just want to make sure you're okay. I'm like, damn, nigga.
But I mean, you could also argue that your level of productivity kind of prevents you from, or it kind of like takes you away from like, I need to communicate with my mom, need to communicate with my...
Yeah, and then I think about it at the same time, it takes like 3 seconds to send a text.
That's true.
Like, you know, I don't have, and I assume that it's gonna turn into this big thing. Like we're just gonna keep on texting, or now you're gonna want to FaceTime me and shit. Like only person I really get into that with is my sister, because like my sister, I know if she texts me, we're about to talk all day.
Yeah,
we're gonna text all day. It's gonna turn into a call, and then we're gonna have to link up and like everything. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, my sister, that's good money. And then everybody else, I'm like, nigga, I don't want to do that with you.
Is it an older sister or a younger sister that you have?
Older sister. I got 3 older sisters.
3 older sisters.
Yeah.
Okay. And what do they do?
See, that's fucked up parts. I don't even know.
Communication, man.
Exactly.
Communication.
I know for a while that the youngest one, she was working at a hospital. I think like making like people's appointments and shit. But now, who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? I'm not even gonna pretend like I know right now.
Well, I did see that on your Twitter page. I think it was around Christmas. I think your sister had like some sort of drive going on.
Yeah. So she does like it's like a nonprofit with like 2 of her homies, and they just give back.
So I think the interesting aspect of that, especially coming from a very male-dominant world, was that there was like a sprinkle of women empowerment from like one of the other companies. From your perspective, I guess what's your take on like the whole women empowerment thing and seeing like how the world is like truly fucked up to women now?
No, yeah, the world's always been fucked up to women, man, and I'm glad that it's getting like this light shined on it. Also, I'm not like the nigga that likes to tune into that via social media, but I mean, I grew up with women. I love women. All my songs are about women. like you know, I try to do my part by being a good man to women. Damn, nigga, I'm really going in right now.
Keep it going, bro. Keep it going.
No, but yeah, I just a tequila.
From your part, do you feel like that your songs do women empower, even though it's probably not like your full purpose? Do you feel like your songs do like women
that's not
empowerment
like
justice?
The aim of when I like go in the booth.
Yeah,
but the show is like 70% women, so something in there is connecting, and it's definitely not, you know, fight for your rights, but it's
it's kind of like that. It's kind of like those songs in which like you make women feel like really good about
feel
themselves.
Good. I made a song Pretty because why can't men be pretty? And a lot of women, I just pictured a lot of girls like getting ready to go out and shit. Yeah, like, yeah, nigga, I'm pretty, like, or in a car, like, so. That was definitely me writing from a different perspective.
Were you writing from a woman's perspective?
I just pictured this fine ass girl getting ready and calling herself pretty, and then I started looking at me like, well, nigga, I'm pretty too, so we could both be, you know.
So then to counter that, would you ever call a woman handsome?
Hell no. In creeps the massage. It's like, no, No, it's double standard. It's fucked up. No, handsome is such a masculine word.
It really is.
Like, ugh, I don't even want to be called handsome. Okay, I like to be cute.
So Dave B, man, is Pretty part of like an album, or is it part of like an EP, a project?
I don't think it is now.
Just a single.
Just keep on making the track list over and over again and cutting shit and bringing shit back, trying to see what works. But I think it's just a song that lives on its own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then what are your next moves going into 2019? Because you had Punch Drink in 15, Tomorrow 16, Pearl 17, then 18 was what, your tour?
It's a tour and just kind of like me reflecting on shit. And now I'm just recording a lot, just like making a lot of music. Niggas that know me, like I make like 4 songs a day, every single day. Just getting ideas out. So like I'm doing that right now, but kind of trying to be more purposeful with it. So
Purposeful in what way?
like a lot of time, like I always run with my first idea no matter what. But now I try to shape that before I actually lay it down. So kind of trying to take it into a direction. Like I'm thinking about everything now, like this is going to be on a project instead of just, I'm just doing this just because this is what I fucking do. Yeah. So like,
I feel you.
Just being more purposeful in that way, just giving everything a direction.
So then your project Bleu, BLEU, are we expecting that in 2019?
Yeah.
All right.
It's like, yeah, you should. Yeah. Yep.
Any date?
Hell no.
Just whenever the shit drops.
Yeah, when it comes out. Maybe it'll be like, what was Dre's project that he sat on for so long? What was it supposed
fucking
to be
Detox?
Detox?
Bro, don't detox the shit out of it.
It's going to build up, though. So then it's like,
Okay.
damn, when is this motherfucker coming out? And then I drop some other shit instead.
I feel you. So then leading up to that, are you just going to like keep on dropping singles?
Yeah,
or
we
what's
like
the plan?
shot videos and stuff and got a bunch of songs that I want to put out. But I'm also like, I'll wait till the day we're supposed to do it and be like, nah. So it's a headache for people that work with me. But I just want shit to be perfect. I want to feel good about it when it's happening. Like I make so many songs that when it's like, oh yeah, I'm finna do this one, I'm like kind of over it. But it's new to you. But I've been listening to this shit for like 3 months. Yeah. Like, I'm tired of it.
Well, shit, let's get Nothing Less Than Perfect from Dave B, man.
Come on, man. Be your best self.
Be your best self. That you need to put that on a shirt or
I need a
something,
TED
just a B.
Talk for sure. They was about to have me do a TED Talk at UW, bro. And I was like, what the fuck am I going to talk about? Like,
What did they want you to talk about?
It's like you like do like a little slide and just talk about like your journey
anything,
and like
yeah.
whatever the fuck. But like, how do I make that? I don't have a really inspiring journey. So
How do you make that into like something purposeful?
yeah, because I want my TED Talk like to be like millions of views on YouTube. Have you
feel
seen
you.
Kid Cudi's TED Talk?
Yeah, I've seen Kid Cudi's TED Talk. There was like a couple ones where dudes were talking about, this is why I stopped watching porn.
See.
And I was like,
See.
let me see what this is. Not to reveal anything about myself. I'm just saying. I just need to watch.
Here you
shit.
have it.
Here you have it on the lunch table. I think I reviewed too much. Dave B, man, you got the most craziest Instagram handle and all that. Why don't you share everybody, where they could find you and all that?
Dave B is on Instagram. It's literally at Dave B, but there's a period after the D. And from there, that's my website, davebmusic.com. My Twitter is too difficult to explain because I've had 2 shots of tequila and I was off the Hennessy last night. But yeah, go to davebmusic.com. All the links are there. It's music. We keep you updated. There's no newsletter because it's 2019. Who the fuck reads emails?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Top on the gram.
Exactly.
This is the lunch table. I'm Nico Blitz. Dave D, storming all the way from Seattle.
Dave
man.
D.
I said D? Oh, fuck.
Dave B.
Dave Big D B.
Oh, shit.
You know what I mean? We're just going to end it right here. Peace out, y'all.